What's up guys, and welcome to my channel. So today in this video is a very different video, a challenge video, but something a little bit different. I know there's this trend going on with following makeup tutorials and seeing if you can recreate another YouTuber's look. I wanted to do that, and I actually wanted to do it on a specific palette, which is everyone's favorite, and it's the Subculture palette. My original idea was to do a first impressions. I did everything and I looked back and just saw how crappy the quality was, or just it wasn't to my liking. So I was like, okay, I can't post a video I don't like. I wanted to do something creative and I still wanted to do something with the palette. So I was like, instead of trying to recreate the good reviews, why don't I try to recreate a bad review? So if you guys don't know, Laura Lee, she is a famous YouTuber and she does not like this palette. I've had seen her video in the past, but I didn't remember what the look she did. So I was like, okay, well, you know what? Let me just recreate the look if I know she didn't like the palette. I think I did a pretty good job at recreating the look, but if you want to see how I did it, then just keep watching the video. That's all I gotta say. Alright guys, and welcome back. Just kind of a little disclaimer before I start this video. I'm definitely not doing any hate towards Laura Lee. I know she didn't like this palette and she didn't like the look that she recreated, but my goal is to kind of see if I can recreate the look and see if I can get the palette to work. So I'm definitely not saying any hate towards her look or her video or her opinion whatsoever. I've actually been watching Laura Lee for a couple of years now. Right off the bat, she did say in the intro that she normally doesn't do colorful tutorials. You know, then and there, it's gonna be harder for her to recreate something if she's not familiar with the palette. I've done no research on this palette or whatsoever. I kind of know how it works just a little bit. I did do my research because I did look at good reviews and bad reviews. So again, yeah, I'm not trying to hate, whatever. Let's just get to the look.
But first I am going to go in with a neutral shade. I'm going to take Dawn for just a transition into soften up the eyeshadow primer. I'm going to use the M5 Girlfriend. That's unreal. Anyways, I'm going to use the M573 brush. The payoff is extreme. Look at that. Just one little baby swipe.
As you saw there, when she first tapped on the color, there was a lot of payoff, and I'm looking at like previous tutorials, that was the trouble there. Honest thoughts, yeah, they posted something on Instagram saying like how the pigments were different than their normal palettes. Me knowing that kind of tip, that's what I'm gonna do. So I'm not gonna use too much of the color. I'm barely just hitting that color. I literally just tapped it twice and I tapped off the excess. I'm just gonna run that color through my crease. I do remember she did say that there was a lot of pigment right off the bat. I'm just working my color very slowly, so my color payoff isn't as much as what she had.
I'm going to take a dirty R39 brush. The color isn't coming off anymore. The brush is just super dirty and I need to clean it. I'm going to take Roxy, which is a peach color. Again, just see, and as you can tell, I'm not really putting it down here on the lid. I'm trying to focus it more so in the crease. I put it on the back side of my brush, then I flip my brush. If you get some on the lid, that's absolutely okay.
So she uses the color Roxy, using a Morphe R37 brush. Gonna dip in that color, and just to kind of show you, I'm just lightly tapping it. So I literally just did I'm not even fucking showing you. Anyways, so I'm just dipping in that color twice. So she's just putting it right below, and that's what I'm gonna do. Again too, so she said she used that color on half of the brush and she flipped it, so that's what I'm doing as well. I will say that these shadows are a bit harder to blend than other palettes that I own. I think that looks about good.
With the same brush, I'm going to grab some Untamed, and I'm going to heat this color a little bit lower.
She used the color Untamed using the same brush, but I'm going to be using a different brush, so Donna Lace EB09 brush. For that reason, I know how these colors kind of work. I don't want to mix my brushes, and she just starts on the outer edge and doesn't work her way in. She just does about halfway. And just starting very, very lightly. I do see it getting a bit patchy, but just the slightest right here. Why do I feel like that took forever? So anyways.
Next, I'm gonna grab some of the shade Axis, which is this really bright blue color. I feel like I should get a smaller brush because, girl. I'm just gonna start off with this random pencil brush and tap some on it. Add it right on the outer corner as well. I'm gonna take that R39 brush, and now that I've added the color on, I'm just gonna softly smooth it out.
She takes that color Axis and using a pencil brush, she uses that on her outer V. I'm using the Morphe R41 brush, so just lightly tapping that color because I know this color is a bit intense. Just placing that in my V shape, and then I'll just use a brush to blend that out. I'm using a much smaller brush, which is going to be the Morphe M562 brush, and I'm just using that on the edges to blend that out.
Wanted to kind of keep the color on the outer corner right here, but it was so freaking pigmented. The more I like softly blended it forward, like the color just moved forward. So guess what? We're doing a blue eye today, and that's okay. I think it'll be really pretty, but I was just trying to let you guys know my initial thoughts on what I was trying to do and like how it worked out. These colors are almost so pigmented, they're almost a little bit difficult to work with just because like you get an extreme payoff. I know someone's gonna reach through the camera and slap me for saying something's too pigmented.
Okay, so she puts it all over her lid, so I guess I'll just do that. Taking that Access color, and I'm gonna put it all over my lid. I don't know if you can see this, but I just feel like my left or my right eye is just a tad bit better than my left eye.
And I don't think it's too pigmented. I'm just saying I'm over here creating looks I didn't know I was creating because of the pigment. You have blue eyes, and now what I'm going to do is take that brush we first used, the M573, and just soften up the outer edges. Just buffing them. I'm going really light-handed with the brush, making sure we don't move too much color around. So I had a lot of blue fall out in my...
Going in with that same brush, and I'm just kind of fluffing everything out.
Right here, like it's just so dark and blue. And so I had to take a wiping and clean that up. It's kind of becoming a mess. This blue, honestly, this is how much blue I wiped out of my inner corners. It's all over my hands. I feel like it's just a freaking mess right now. I'm getting a little bit frustrated. I take All Star and I'm gonna sweep it on the, oh my gosh, that pigmentation. Woo! She's gonna sweep it on that lower lash line. Right here at the end of both uglies.
Going with a Real Techniques, this is the base eyeshadow brush, I guess, which just kind of looks like a little fluffy brush. I'm taking that color All Star and I'm gonna run that down my lower lash line, and I'm just gonna, whoa, there is a little. Actually didn't realize how much blue fallout is on like everywhere under my eyes. I agree what she says. You can kind of tell I do have a bit of fallout of that blue shade, and that's a little bit more than what I normally have. I do agree on her. Maybe I should clean that up before I put that color on. Just using my Neutrogena makeup remover and a cotton swab, I'm just gonna take that fallout. Holy crap. Or I should probably say I'm just taking the eyeshadow palette because it's pretty much the whole palette on my under my eyes. So this is how much of that color I took off. So that's is a little excessive. Taking that All Star shade with that Real Techniques brush, I'm just gonna run that on the bottom of my lash line. She kind of connects it a bit at the top. Maybe let's use a denser brush first and then blend it out. How about that? Yeah, if I just really just say that.
I'm gonna take a little bit of Adorn, which is the bronzy color palette. I'm gonna apply just a little bit to the center of the lid because I feel like the look is just so plain and matte. It needs a little spotlight moment.
She goes in Adorn and she puts that in the middle, so she kind of creates a halo eye. This is the Aesthetica. It's just a flat shader brush.
Oh my god, it's everywhere. It's
So she pops on fake lashes and she does all that jazz and comes right back. I think I'm gonna pop on my lashes and then for this point kind of do my face area fast. So I'm not gonna be talking in the next part. I'm just gonna be probably putting some music over it. I'm gonna do all of that and I will be right back. Okay, so I don't know if I have a color that's shade. Let's see if I have an eyeliner that's color. Okay, so I don't have an eyeliner that color, but I do have a lip liner, just from like Santi Plus. So I'm just gonna use that. I just sharpened it and then just sanitized it. That way it's safe on my eyes.
So now I'm going to...
Okay, so that's pretty much for her look. I don't think it's too bad overall. Like, I'd still probably use this palette just to see what I can get out of it. Anyway, she's a pretty fun person in general. So, I mean, I've been watching her for a couple years, so I know how her videos are. I know how her reviews are. But I will agree on some of the shadows kind of being harder to blend or it being way too like much fallout. So like I know the Axis color has a lot of fallout, but still wouldn't be my favorite palette out of all the ones that I own. But yeah, if you guys love this video or like this video, please just give it a thumbs up. I will see you guys later, and yeah, I will see you in my next video. Bye.